The weak man performs intelligence. The strong man weaponizes perception, and nothing scrambles the social order like a man who chooses to look harmless. You call it playing the fool. They call it underestimating you. Same outcome. You move through rooms like background noise. You let people speak over you. You let them assume you are slow, naive, soft, and while they celebrate their imagined superiority, you map their hunger, their insecurities, their alliances. You learn who needs approval, who needs control, who needs an audience to feel real. Machiavelli understood this. Men are arrogant in victory and blind in comfort. When they believe you are beneath them, they stop guarding their words. They show you their real face. Robert Greene understood the modern version. The moment people think they have you figured out, they become predictable. And predictability is a leash. This is why the underestimated man is the most dangerous man in the room. He is not fighting for respect. He is collecting evidence. He is letting his enemies reveal their strategy while he reveals nothing. Today, you learn how to wear stupidity like a mask and turn their contempt into your advantage. By the end of this video, you will know how to disappear in plain sight without becoming invisible. You will know when to lower your status on purpose and when to snap it back like a whip. You will know how to let someone insult you and still walk away holding the steering wheel. You will know how to bait arrogance, harvest confessions, and turn underestimation into access. Because the fool is not the one who lacks power. The fool is the one who shows it. And the moment you learn to look smaller than you are, you stop wasting energy, proving yourself, and start using people's certainty against them. They will think they are watching you, but you will be watching the whole room. Let's begin. Most people think power is loud. They think power is the sharp reply, the perfect comeback, the public win. So they walk through life, flexing, correcting, interrupting, proving, and every time they do it, they hand out a free map to their ego. Because the world is not built to reward your truth. It is built to reward the story people can digest. So here is the rule underneath the rule. Perception decides your position before your performance ever gets a chance. When people label you, they stop investigating you. When they stop investigating you, they stop preparing for you. And that is where the advantage lives. Machiavelli called it appearing virtuous while staying dangerous. Not because virtue is sacred, but because appearances calm the herd. Greene calls it the law of the court and the law of strategy. Never outshine the master. Never show your full hand. Never give people a clean target. Playing the fool is not self-humiliation. It is camouflage. You are not lowering your value. You are lowering their alertness. You let them believe you are easy to read because the moment they think they understand you, they stop protecting themselves from you. And once their guard is down, you do not rush. You watch, you measure, you collect, then you move once, cleanly, when they least expect a blade. Law 1, controlled loss. Start by losing on purpose. Not the real war, the small wars, the petty wars people use to measure you, the little contests that exist only to decide who gets to feel superior. Let them win the argument in the room. Let them correct your wording in public. Let them explain something you already understand. Let them leave thinking they put you in your place. Because the moment someone believes they are above you, their behavior changes. They stop filtering. Their voice gets looser. Their jokes get sharper. Their pride starts talking for them. And pride always leaks information. This is where most people fail. They treat every slight like a battlefield. They defend their image like it is oxygen. They rush to prove they are not weak. And they don't realize that constant defense is a confession. It tells the room where your ego lives. It tells predators where to bite. It tells rivals which button moves you. The strategist does the opposite. He allows small disrespect that costs nothing because it buys something priceless. Information. Arrogant people cannot resist a perceived inferior. They lean in. They dominate. They become careless. They reveal who they dislike, who they fear, who they want to impress. They show you the chain of command without realizing they're handing you the diagram. So choose your losses. Give them a toy victory so they relax. And while they celebrate, you collect the real currency, their patterns, their tells, their loyalties, their hunger. Then, when it matters, you don't argue, you move. Law 2. Silence tax. If you want to be underestimated, stop paying people with your explanations. Every time you overclarify, you are begging to be understood. And the moment you beg, you lose position. You tell them you need their approval to exist comfortably in the room. So you adopt the silence tax. You answer less than expected. You react slower than expected. You leave gaps where they want certainty, because most people can't tolerate empty space. They rush to fill it. They overtalk. They justify. They brag. They confess. They try to win you over. And in trying to win you over, they reveal what they value, what they fear, and what they're trying to hide. Here's the trick. Silence makes them do the work for you. When someone attacks you verbally, don't defend immediately. Let the moment hang. Let their words sit in the air like smoke. Make them feel the weight of what they just said. If they're insecure, they'll scramble and soften it. If they're cruel, they'll escalate and expose themselves. Either outcome gives you clarity. When someone asks you a question meant to test you, you don't rush to prove competence. You answer calmly, simply, without decoration. The room expects you to overperform. Don't underperform on theatrics. Overperform on control. This is how you play the fool without acting stupid. You make them feel like you're not impressed, not threatened, not in a hurry, and that single sensation turns confident people into loud people. Loud people make mistakes. The silence tax does something else too. It trains everyone around you to stop assuming they can read you. They'll start projecting stories onto you. And while they project, you stay clean, you stay unreadable, you stay dangerous. Law 3. False currency. Most people try to buy respect with competence. They show receipts, they list achievements, they explain their process, they volunteer extra work just to prove they matter. That is false currency. Because in social combat, visible competence attracts predators, envy, and tests. The moment they see you as capable, they start assigning you weight. And the moment you have weight, everyone wants to move you. So you do something colder. You keep your real competence private. You let your results speak late, not early. You let others think you're average, while you quietly build leverage. This law is simple. Do not spend your true value where the crowd can see it. If you solve every problem, you become the tool. If you speak the smartest in every room, you become the target. If you correct everyone, you become the enemy. So you ration your brilliance. You contribute enough to look useful, not enough to look threatening. You make one sharp point, then go quiet. You deliver one clean result, then act like it was normal. You let someone else take the spotlight for the small win while you position yourself for the bigger one. This is how you weaponize being underestimated. People ignore the quiet builder. They focus on the loud performer. They compete with the obvious rival. They overlook the hidden one, and that is the window. While they waste energy fighting the wrong enemy, you become unavoidable in the only place that matters: outcomes. Then one day, you don't announce your power. You reveal it by moving the board, and they realize, too late, they were laughing at the wrong person. Law 4. The Mirror of Incompetence. When you want the truth, become the wrong audience. People hide their real motives around someone they respect. They expose their real motives around someone they dismiss. So you let them dismiss you. You play slightly slower than your real speed. Not enough to look suspicious, just enough to look non-threatening. You ask for clarification on obvious points. You act like you don't know the social game they're playing, and that creates a miracle. They stop performing virtue. They stop using careful language. They stop polishing their image. They start speaking the way they speak when they think it doesn't matter. That is the mirror of incompetence. Your lack of threat reflects their true face back to you. Watch what happens when someone thinks you're naive. They'll brag about what they did. They'll test your boundaries in small ways. They'll make cruel jokes to see if you'll tolerate them. They'll help you while quietly positioning themselves above you. Every one of those behaviors is data, and data is power. This law is not about acting stupid. It's about acting uninterested in dominance, because dominance triggers defenses, but insignificance triggers carelessness. So you become the person they underestimate, and you let them give you free intelligence. Then you store it. You don't confront immediately. You don't expose them early. You don't rage. You let them keep talking, because the more comfortable they get around you, the more they confess their strategy, and when you finally act, you won't need to guess. You'll know. Law 5. Borrowed spotlight. If you want to be underestimated, stop chasing the center. The center is where people measure you. The center is where rivals study you. The center is where insecurity goes hunting, so you learn to live in the shadow of someone else's ego. Let the loud one talk. Let the ambitious one present. Let the self-appointed leader collect applause. You don't compete for attention. You borrow it. Because when someone believes the spotlight belongs to them, they start trusting you as their accessory. They tell you plans early. They vent about enemies. They ask your opinion like it's a mirror, not a threat. And in return, you give them what they crave. Agreement, validation, a sense of control, but you do it with precision. You never flatter like a servant. You never compliment like a fan. You feed them just enough to keep them open. This is how you infiltrate rooms where you would otherwise be blocked. If you arrive as the star, people resist you. If you arrive as the assistant, people invite you behind the curtain. Borrowed spotlight means you let someone else be the face, while you become the hand. You take on roles that look small but touch the mechanisms. Logistics, follow-up, coordination, quiet counsel. The places where information moves. The places where decisions are shaped before they are announced. And because you look secondary, you get access to primary resources. Machiavelli understood that power is often held by those who appear closest to the throne, not those sitting on it. Greene understood that the court rewards the one who makes others feel superior while quietly taking control of outcomes. So don't outshine, don't dominate, don't announce, guide. Ask questions that steer the group. Frame options so the leader chooses what you want. Plant ideas in their mouth so they think it was theirs. Then step back and let them wear the crown. The fool chases the spotlight and gets burned. The strategist borrows the spotlight, walks through the fire, and leaves with the keys. Law 6. Delayed teeth. The fastest way to stop being underestimated is to show pain. The second fastest is to show aggression. Both tell people exactly where you are soft and exactly how to steer you, so you learn delayed teeth. You don't respond at the moment they expect. You don't punish in real time. You don't react on schedule. Because predictable reactions are not strength. They are training data. When someone disrespects you, they are running a test. They want to see what happens when they push. If you bite instantly, they learn your boundaries and your temperament. If you fold instantly, they learn you're safe to exploit. Delayed teeth means you do neither. You let them think they got away with it. You stay calm. You keep your voice even. You keep your posture bored. You exit the moment like it meant nothing, and that single move convinces them you are either weak or clueless. Good, let them believe it. Then you respond later, with structure, not emotion, not with a rant, not with a confrontation, with consequences. You stop giving them access. You remove a privilege. You redirect resources. You change your availability. You make their life slightly harder in a way they can't publicly accuse you of, and you do it quietly, so the lesson becomes confusing. They don't know which action triggered it. They don't know where the line is. They only know that after they stepped on you, something in the environment shifted against them. That uncertainty is a cage. It makes them cautious. It makes them second guess. It makes them watch their own mouth around you. This is why delayed teeth is a power move. It lets you stay underestimated while still being untouchable. You look calm, even passive. But the room starts to learn a new equation. They can disrespect you, but they can't predict what it will cost. Law 7. The small ask trap. If you want to measure someone, don't challenge them. Invite them. The smartest predators don't come at you like villains. They come as helpers. They come with smiles and harmless requests. They come with a small ask. Can you send me that file? Can you introduce me to that person? Can you cover this one thing? Can you do me a quick favor? And most people say yes because they're terrified of looking selfish. They mistake compliance for safety. But the small ask is never small. It's a probe. They're testing how easy it is to move you. They're mapping your boundaries. They're seeing if you'll trade your time for their approval. And if you pass the test by saying yes, the asks don't stop. They scale. Now here's how you play the fool without becoming prey. You accept the first small ask sometimes. You look cooperative. You look simple. You look like someone who doesn't calculate. Then you introduce friction, not open refusal. Friction. You take longer than expected. You ask one extra question. You deliver slightly differently than requested. You make them clarify their intention. Friction reveals character. A normal person adapts. A manipulator gets irritated. A narcissist starts punishing you. A user starts guilt-tripping you. And because you're just being slow or just trying to understand, you get to watch their mask crack while your own stays on. This is the trap. They thought they were testing your obedience, but you were testing their entitlement. And once you've confirmed what they are, you don't confront. You adjust. You become busy. You become hard to reach. You become polite, but expensive. You stop being the free resource they assumed you were. Underestimation is not about being nice. It's about being unreadable while you quietly decide who gets access to you and who gets locked outside. Law 8. Exit without explanation. The final power of being underestimated is this. You don't demand closure. You don't ask for permission. You don't explain your decisions to people who didn't earn insight into your mind. Because nothing keeps you small like over-explaining your boundaries. When you announce why you're leaving, you give them a handle. They argue the reason. They negotiate the details. They attack your logic. They turn your exit into a courtroom. So you don't offer a speech. You make a clean cut and let them guess. You become less available. You stop responding on their timeline. You decline with neutral language that gives them nothing to grab. You end conversations earlier than expected. You leave rooms emotionally before you leave them physically. This is the moment the mask becomes a weapon. If you followed the laws before this, they already think they understand you. They think you're passive. They think you'll always tolerate. They think you'll always show up. So when you withdraw without drama, it hits like a missing stare. They feel the absence. They feel the loss of access. They feel the shift in status. And because you didn't fight, they can't paint you as an enemy. Because you didn't explain, they can't debate you. Because you didn't react, they can't control you. They are left with only one conclusion. They misjudged you. And that is the point. The fool begs to be seen. The strategist lets the world look away, then changes the outcome while no one is watching. Playing the fool is not weakness. It is control without noise. Law 1 taught you to lose small on purpose so people relax and reveal themselves. When you stop defending every inch of ego, you start collecting patterns, and patterns are more valuable than respect. Law 2 was the silence tax. You stopped paying people with explanations. You let empty space do the violence for you. When you speak less, they speak more. When you react slower, they get sloppy. Silence turns their confidence into confession. Law 3 exposed false currency. Competence on display attracts envy, tests, and extraction. So you ration your brilliance. You stay useful, not threatening. You keep the sharpest part of you private until it matters. Law 4 gave you the mirror of incompetence. You became the wrong audience on purpose so their real face comes out. Not because you are naive, but because your harmlessness disarms their self-control. Law 5 showed you borrowed spotlight. You stopped chasing the center and started touching the mechanisms. You guided outcomes while letting louder people wear the crown. Law 6 was delayed teeth. You refused to be predictable. You answered disrespect with calm now and consequences later. That uncertainty trained caution into the room. Law 7 turned favors into tests. You used friction to expose entitlement. You stayed polite, but you made access expensive. Law 8 sealed it. Exit without explanation. No courtroom, no negotiation. Just a clean withdrawal that forces one truth into their mind. They misjudged you. Here's the part nobody says out loud. Most people don't hate you because you're weak. They hate you because they can't locate you. They can't tell if you're harmless or hunting. They can't tell if you're slow or simply silent. They can't tell if you're losing or just waiting. And that uncertainty makes them nervous, because their entire social strategy depends on prediction. They need you to react like everyone else. They need you to get offended on schedule. They need you to compete for attention. They need you to explain your boundaries so they can pressure them. When you refuse, you become a problem they can't solve. That is why being underestimated is not a phase. It's a position. You don't use it to hide forever. You use it to move without resistance until the moment you choose to be seen. And when you finally reveal teeth, you do it once. Not with theatrics, not with speeches, with outcomes. You let them keep their smug smile. You let them keep their assumptions. Then you change the reality underneath them so quietly that by the time they notice, the door is already locked and you're already gone. Like the video, if you've ever watched someone get loud because they thought you were easy, subscribe if you want more strategies that keep you calm while everyone else exposes themselves. Comment the word fool if you understand this. The mask is not weakness, it's cover.